Hello one and hello all and welcome to another crafting adventure where today we are going to be making another one of the Daiso 3D puzzle kits. Now before I did make the space rocket one of these and that went very nicely. I very much liked the final product and decided to do a second one. So I went back and found the towing tractor, as it's called there in Japanese, or pushback truck. Couldn't tell you the official name for one of these, but that's what it's called on the box. 6+, so this should be easy. Now this one only has 45 pieces. The previous one had a lot more, but I don't think the number of pieces is really going to make a difference on the final product. So, oh, the instructions are on the back, so maybe this one does not have a separate sheet. That's interesting. Well, alright, I'll open this up so we can find out what's in the box. That was easy to do, just popped it open. No sellotape or anything on the top there. A little bit on the bottom, but that doesn't matter. As I thought, there are no separate instructions. We just have the back of the box here to go on, but it's color coordinated with numbers, which is great. The pieces themselves, are they all... Yep, double-sided as they were before and all numbered nicely. Now I do remember with these, popping out these little bits in the middle is very important to do before you try sliding the pieces together because they do bend, and if you bend them too much, this surface, if you fold this surface bit, it'll turn white and it does kind of make it look not so great. But we're not going to worry about that for the moment because first we need to make this, I believe. We're going to need number 1, number 4 and number 3 first. So what have we got? This big one is number 1. Oh, pops out wonderfully. The small one is number 4. And we also need number 3. Oh, this is number 3. Alright, let's put that over there. So, what have we got to do? We've got to fold number 3 down and number 4 as well. So number 3 should fold this way. Okay, that's good. Also, sometimes it does have like this little line here where it doesn't fold completely, but you can bend it a little bit. So be careful to do that to make sure each piece fits in the correct space. Also, as I said, you want to pop out these little bits. They can be a bit tricky to do. A toothpick makes it easier because sometimes they can damage the paper like this. But okay, that's there. This bit seems to just slide into the front of this one. Yep, somehow... Oh, I see. It slides into those front 3 holes. And then I assume this back bit doesn't go on there yet. No, we need 2 different ones for the side there. I'll get them ready and be right back. Okay, we got the cabin on the front there nicely. There was a little tab on the front that folded down into it as well. That's great. Now, I noticed this side pieces, the purple and the green one, these are actually made of 3 pieces put together. Number 10, number 6, and number 9. So, here's number 6. Got to fold it down as you do before. I guess number 10 pops on the... goes that way round on the top. These pegs coming through these holes. Folds down over the bottom, and then these will go through there, or from the inside. And number 9 here goes inside. Yes. This one will go inside there like that. It'll fold together and then you can pop the wheels on either side. Hopefully, when that's all together, it should give you something that looks like this. And also, I've made the other one as well because obviously you have 1 for each side of the vehicle. Now, these 3 knobbly bits here, they line up with the 3 holes on the bottom of this one, and these bits coming down line up with these holes there. So obviously you've got to put it on sideways and down at the same time. Then take this piece from earlier. That piece will slide in that hole there and that hole there, so those two. And then you got to just do the same on the other side to have the wheels in place. Well, actually, I have not put the wheels on yet. Here are the wheels. Quite simple. There's a little bit cut out in the middle. Just pop that out and then slide the wheel on. I'm just going to do that at the end so I don't end up with too many fiddly bits, particularly for this stage, which I don't think is going to be very easy. So take your time when doing this one. It looked difficult to do, but actually it went on like a dream. If they go on sideways first and then sort of twist it down, no problems there. The middle piece, I didn't notice it actually had a bit that goes in the back of the front cabin, so be careful with that. And then the other one just slid on, everything lined up perfectly. Wonderful, wonderful. Still haven't put the wheels on. I will do that in a moment, but before we go to that point, we need to take parts 11 and 12, which should go into these holes here and that one there. And also we need to do parts 2 and 5, which should slide in there as lights. Part 2 and part 5, little lights there. And 11 and 12. Let's pop out number 11 and take a look. So it's got like a double fold, that's going to come down there, and then that's just going to go in there, I suppose. Oh yeah, because you've got the little bit that'll slide in there, and then those two will go in the bottom. Let's see what that looks like. Alright, they went in together very, very nicely. Getting that first one in the side there was a little bit tricky, but you know, push it in, slide it, and they all come together nicely. We've also got these little tags at the front, with the blue lights on the back. Okay, the last thing we need to do here is this back piece there, where we're going to slide one of these into that hole, and then one of these will just be on the end there, and you're going to do that side and that side. Oh, and obviously put the wheels on, and that should finish the main part of this vehicle. Perfect. That is awesome. These pieces have fit together so perfectly. I have had no trouble whatsoever with no damages, which is maybe a first for me. As you can see, I've put the wheels on now. The line in the wheels isn't in the center, so you want to make sure you've got all the wheels at the right level, just to make sure it sits nicely. Yeah, it actually sits very flat. This hole here is probably going to be where the aeroplane attaches, but another thing I do like, that truck was made using all of these pieces. So now, whoop, we can throw that one away and start on the aeroplane. Although, I find probably making these people on these little stands is going to be the easiest, so I'll do that first. Alright, yeah, that was very easy. We can push them aside. We don't need them now, for we are going to make the aeroplane. So we've got these two very large pieces here. As you can guess, this is going to connect into there. That's going to fold around. You want to try and get a good balance fold on this. Don't have it all folded on one side. The main fold in the middle there, and then a little bit down so it's straight. But before we connect it to this piece, you also need to put these pieces in the center. One will be here, like that. Another one there. And I think there's another one at the back. Oh no, there's two on this side, one there, and this should line up with these two pieces there that will go in from the bottom, and then these line up with these side pieces. And then on the back we've got this piece here, which you just fold around, fold all over, and that should line up with, oh, that'll line up with this end there. As you can see, it'll just slide on over there. Well, before we do any of that, we're going to have to punch out all these holes, of course, before you really get started. And then it should go together quite easily, I hope. And the fuselage is, I believe this is called a fuselage anyway. Well, yeah, I mentioned you should be careful with the folding, but actually, if you get the tabs lined up with the correct holes, there's no problem at all because, well, once they're in place, it actually folds to this shape nice and easily. The actual front of the nose was a little bit tricky, but you know, it got together. It's a little bit dented there, but that's not a problem. Alright, next we're going to just pop the tail in. then this side one, and this side one. Lovely jubbly. Next we need the wings. How are we doing the wings? Alright, so we've got the two long pieces there, and then we need to make the engines from 28, 23, and 24. That just slides together. Oh, 24 is the wheels. So 24 goes in the first hole, and the 28, 23 goes in the second hole to make the engine. Oh, that's nice. And then, oh, the only piece left is number 19 at the front. Well, I guess I will see you when this is a completed aeroplane. Beep, 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 beep. This is complete. Yes, everything has gone together very nicely. I was a bit curious as to why the first hole in the wings was much bigger than the second, and that's just because the wheels you have to fold together, so it's twice the size. The engines don't look great, but everything else looks amazing. I particularly like the little truck in the front. That's very sturdy. That's not going to break anytime soon. The airplane on the back, well, that's all fine. As I said, just the engines a little bit. You know, after doing the space rocket and all the pieces that folded in their hexagonal shapes instead of circles, I thought that was great. But I will say this one was significantly easier to make. The space rocket had so many pieces to pop through that it was very, very difficult. A space rocket, space shuttle. Little differences. But there you are. So this is another 100 yen kit from Daiso. And I have to say, they are always very impressive. I mean, this thing, because of the plastic coating, plastic paper coating, I think, and the plastic insides, this thing is not going to break anytime soon. It looks quite nice up on a shelf. Don't move it on glass because it does make that horrible squeaky noise. But yeah, it looks absolutely amazing. I love it. Considering the price, this is what I would call a bargain. The people feel somewhat thrown in last minute. I don't really think they're all too... Well, I suppose they are kind of related to aeroplanes. More to an airport than the actual plane, though. Yeah, it's, I guess, airport waiting room. But there you go. If you've got a little bit of money in your pocket and you want something to kill an hour or so of a day and give you a lovely little airplane that you can display and or play with depending on what you're in the mood for, then cannot recommend this enough. The 45-piece puzzle. I don't know if it's really a puzzle if it comes with the instructions on the back. You could try to make it without the instructions, and that would make it a little bit more challenging. But there you are. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you, well, to everybody who's been watching, who subscribes, who leaves comments. That is great. I appreciate all the help and support. I hope you all have a wonderful and safe week, and I am looking forward to seeing you all next time.